changer versus the Storm, versus the Necro. Maybe some Nullifier as well later on.
Yeah, be interesting to see. I think the Nullifier is probably a very safe bet for something like Skyward. He is actually just straight up. Well, actually, he's queuing up a Radiance right now. Now he unqueues a Radiance, goes for the BKB on that Marcy. So bit of a long-term
first item BKB
itemization. Now he switches up again. It's now Power Treads into Battle Fury.
I was really worried. Like, if he's queuing up BKB first, like, this game is gonna go south for them real fast.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the farm game.
Is someone sniping some couriers? A Tooth? You see a courier, a thief, but all the... A Tooth, a thief, but all the couriers are safe in their
little pens in the fountain.
Are they gonna ping him?
There's no action on the runes, so they've got time to lock. Should be a decent 2-for-2 trade in the runes this time.
Ah, they're pinging him out. They saw him. They saw him. They saw him. They're like, what is this imposter doing? Look at him. Tip him. Tip him.
Tip's coming out. But he is just going to make his speedy way back to the lanes. You know, we'll see him join down bot. A Tooth along with Cry on the DP. So I feel like that lane's actually really stable. Like, you hit level 2, level 3. You can just kind of line up. You get the Boundless. You get the Tree Dance slow on the jump down. You can run down Scourge McDuck. I mean, until that point where you're aggressive, though, Scourge McDuck can just sustain through the last hits. And Jubei can make this lane painful. Just constantly arrowing out the range creep. Constantly securing their EX speed here for the side with Cut. That does make a massive difference. So I'm keen to see how far they can push the limits here.
So far, Odyssey, he died every single time that we watched him versus Sadman. 1v1. Let's see if he can keep it up in game 3.
Yeah, it's almost like a ritual at this point for us in this series.
Well, he won once, right? So maybe that's the plan.
Yeah. But I feel like, wouldn't it just pattern back? So you win, you lose one, you win one, you lose one. So you have to be careful. Maybe it's time to change things up. The mid matchup is a fun one though. Like, Necros can't just keep spamming out, and it is annoying for the Storm.
It's a short sample size, small sample size. Maybe his pattern is die once, lose, die once, win, lose. You know, like, who knows? Who knows what the pattern is gonna be like?
That is true.
I do want to see him die anyway, just for the lulz anyway.
I mean, chances are I think it could happen if Sadman does manage to again just keep up the CS, keep up these denies on the Necro. He's gonna have the output to just out-sustain in terms of mana here and just put a big dent onto Odyssey. I'm wondering if the support rotations will come in at some point. I feel like with a Monkey you could, but with a Storm at level 5 can be a kill level. So we shall see. Let's take a peek up top now as well. Skyward along with Dead Zoned on the Marcy plus the Treant up against Italiano Gangstar on the Doom and B-God on that Hoodwink. He does start off with the early Blightstone. There's some good harassment that can come through.
What happened? What happened with Oversight, by the way? Are they really just copycatting what the Cut picks? They're like, okay, you picked this carry, it worked out well for you. We'll pick it now. Actually, Marcy didn't work out well for the Cut, so maybe this is a BM. It didn't work for you, but it will work for us. Let me show you.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, just let me show you. Yeah. Kind of strats coming out here for Oversight. And to be fair, this isn't as bad as Marcy versus PA, although I still feel like Bloodseeker Rupture will prevent Skyward from trying to run around. I think that is the big concern there.
Dude, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Odyssey is so scared. Like, he died twice, 1v1. If Sadman is diving, he's like a mile away already. He's just dodging the lane.
Yeah, bails out, just goes to secure the bounty, tries to top up. I mean, this is a really strong start coming out from Sadman once more. Again, Necrophos is one of those lane dominators, and they're just fortifying to dive a little bit.
Look at the CS. Necro versus CS of Storm. Ooh, man, that's a yikes right there. That's a big
It doesn't
yikes.
feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Necrophos, you know, and Storm doesn't have the longest range, so every time you come up to try to clear the creep wave, Sadman just manages to get harassed back. Atuf is trying to chase down, did manage to get the Jingu up, and does stop at least a creep from going through there on the little pull Sadman had. Gets another charge up, arrow does connect as the stop comes in, and they should be able to find that Jubei this time, finding that first blood on Atuf. So in the end, Sadman is still around to get a little bit of that action, that cut of the pie for himself, and well, a faster level 6 if he has the mana for it. A couple of death pulses into the site, and that's a nice way to start the game for Sadman.
It is. At least the two zoned Sadman a little bit, so I'd say got a couple of last hits, right? Like it was easier for him to farm. Plus, because of that, he TPs in mid and refills the bottle. So overall, if you're a Storm, he did make your game easier. Although he died, I think he made your game a bit easier on the mid lane.
Yep. Get a little utility out for yourself and try to get that Storm constantly topped up here. The cut, it's a rather passive game once more. The start is off here 5 minutes in, but you do have that slight network lead coming out now for the side of the cut. Every lane, every core in the lane is actually doing just marginally better than what they are getting here on Oversight. So as long as you kind of maintain that, and again, you don't start bleeding out these kills, you have a pretty solid chance here on the cut. Not to count out Oversight just yet.
Yeah, it's early, but yeah, like you said, they are being pressured across the map, and if you're losing all 3 lanes in general, you're in for a bad time.
It's not smooth sailing from that point onward. They have abandoned mid. I mean, Odyssey again at this point is just jungling, securing bounty rune.
Atuf was on top of that invis for a bit, but forgot to pick it up. Sadman almost makes it through. There we go, the first one.
Arrow sight, there you are. So, first sight, charge up as well, a little bit more regen on hand. I have to say, for how long the cooldown is on Reaper's sight,
it's not that great.
This actually feels atrocious. Yeah, it's really atrocious. Even Lion gets a good chunk of damage per finger kill. Although, zipping in. Yeah.
Oh no, the arrow.
The chain stun's out. And the damage is out. Odyssey falls down. They'll sacrifice Jubei for that, but the bushwhack was perfect coming out there from B-God. And that was him TPing in. He's going to have to walk back to lane. This time not a solo death, so that's some good news. He didn't solo die to a Necrophos, but he still dies in that lane anyway.
You know, like Necro can sometimes feel so obnoxious. Like, yeah, his ulti is bad now, but this hero, when he's like in a good spot in the meta, it's obnoxious to play against, because all he does is he dives you, he sits in front of your tower, you can't really kill him. If you try and damage him, he heals up through Ghost Shroud and Death Pulse. We'll see what happens in this game, but it's reminding me of those games, right? Like it's starting to remind me of the games in which Necro is just solo winning bot lane Scourge.
Yeah, they're jumping down. They do manage to get the control onto Scourge McDuck, and he just melts from the output. Good rotation coming through there from Odyssey, and good use of that first Exo out from Jubei. Drops way too low as well. So a lot of kills coming out here for our DP.
They're going for Sadman
as well. They're going for more. Sadman does have the TP.
Ooh.
Home is going to be able to bail out. Barely bails out in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Almost the punishment that they wanted. Unfortunate though, with the Exo fading, they can't really gun for that much shoving in on bot. The creep wave has been doing a good job naturally pushing in. And for the cut, this is the point for them where it feels a little bit slower. They do have Reaper Sight ready to go once more in Sadman, so maybe an opportunistic kill can present itself. They can try to run down, but beyond that, the Cut are more than happy to just kind of play this farm game. Like, you have the Doom filling up quite nicely. Bot tower, though, with an early rotation from Skyward, now it can go pretty quick, even without the Exo.
Yeah, maybe one thing that you're not happy if you're the Cut is you've taken 0 tier 1s so far and you really committed on the tier 1 mid, but it's being healed up constantly by 3. Now there's a TP as well. They want to def this. But it will fall. It looks like Mira gets it.
Can't quite keep Jubei down as even Atuf starts to chase in. Arrow does not connect. Bushwhack does in the end. They've got the sight. Another charge coming out for Sadman.
That's cooldown is, yeah. It's something.
Yeah, it is. But at least now, you know, you've got 4 HP regen and 2 bonus mana regen. And that's actually not too bad.
I mean,
I suppose at this point.
This early on in the game, it's not bad at all. Like, if they could get more, it would be pretty sick.
They missed the angle on the arrow. It does hit the creep, so no bushwhack to... well, no connection for the bushwhack afterwards. And Cry is now kind of forced to stay mid. They have cleared out the bot area, so it's not too bad. You've got this area to farm, and for Skyward, his Battle Fury is not too far off. He's doing pretty well. Number 4 net worth, tied up with the DP. There's certainly a nice little gold lead now for our Necrophos and our Doom. But that is almost to be expected. Now we get Italiano Gangstar with his Midas. So you should start scaling up far faster at this point. Which is, funny enough, something we missed from the Doom games we've seen. They haven't been going for the Midas build, but here we are. Italiano bringing it back.
Yeah, because no one was really thinking about themselves as a hero. Everyone is just going full, you know, full teammate, help, Crimson, Greaves, Pipes, whatever. I do like the Midas. I think maybe Meteor Hammer is better at the moment. Like, with the state of the game, Meteor Hammer just feels really solid. Scourge.
Zip in.
Yeah.
He finds Scourge, and he's just dead trying to farm in the Ancients.
They're making some nice moves.
I'll take a couple of them, too. They are. Like, they're connecting really well on the side of Oversight. And after that kill, it's straight into top tier 1.
Yeah, with the Exorcism.
They've got the Exo. Doesn't take too long. Still making moves down.
Oh, he lives.
To Skyward, but the Reaper's Sight doesn't connect. The Overgrowth's there to save. And now here comes the turn. With Atuf showing up as well, but now they don't press the issue too hard. Do fly home on that Necro, but wow. So now that's 110 seconds where you don't have sight and you don't find a kill. Never feels good.
Yeah, they went in with what, only the Hoodwink and the Necro. I feel like they needed to charge that Sharpshooter a little bit longer to get more damage out of it, and then the sight would have killed. Maybe the sight was a bit too early. Not sure. A little bit of overconfidence there in that Sharpshooter and the amount of damage that it would deal. So far, Oversight really, like, the lanes weren't that great. Mid lane was a disaster again, but they're making good rotations across the map. They're making stuff happen.
Yeah, they certainly are. Like, again, they've played as a unit really well to punish some of these oversections coming out from the cut. And it's slowly reaching some early item timings. Granted, again, the cut still maintains a slight net worth lead, but mind you, that's a Doom with Midas. So it doesn't feel like this lead is big enough coming out from the side of the cut to really look for an opportunity. They are collapsing top. The zip forward onto Sadman. Does have the Hood of Defiance, but the damage is still flowing through. Sadman, though, is just going to be able to heal up. No problems from this one, as they're trying to chase down now. Cry does get stunned up by the Doom, and there's a Sharpshooter out from B-God.
From downtown, yeah. A Tooth.
From all the way downtown. Yeah. A Tooth is going to be pretty fine. No one randomly putting his tree down yet. Just giving some info for his team, but yeah, the cut again. They're starting to find some of these pickoffs.
Wanna go?
They wanna keep going. He's zipping across. Managed to catch out Italiano.
He got him.
They managed to take him out. I mean, they have to use the Wukongs, but it's a support monkey. You don't care. You just want that kill.
Yeah, like I'm impressed by Oversight and how much they're doing on the map. Like even setting up a kill like that one, you know, a Tooth just chilling a little bit, waiting until they fall back and Doom is kind of left alone. They punish him. He only has a Midas, so he's not really that tanky. You can take him down easily with 2 heroes. Jubei should be fine, right? Like you can't really dive the Necro. He's dusted, but the Necro is around. Got the travels, by the way.
Just jump there.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty quick on the travels. We have some good presence coming out here now on Sadman. At the very least, can kind of match that pace if you do see a split push elsewhere. Just easily clear out the creep wave. And a smoke out from OVS. They do manage to catch some heroes, as they've got vision up here. Overgrowth will just push them back. And you're perfectly fine now on your tree. That is a massive commitment out, though.
I mean, it was
from R.
It was still funny.
Print.
Press R, press Boundless Strike, run away. No one dies. You don't give Necro an opportunity to get another stack. As long as he can't get any stacks, I guess you're kind of happy. Like, I don't know, and he's going for this Kaya Sange build. It's an interesting one. I guess Kaya Sange and a Shard is what he'll build, right, on the Necro. Because if it's not Radiance, for me, it's just weird. Like, this hero as a core without Radiance has always been weird to me, especially now with the way his ulti works. Like,
yeah, his tempo just feels super weird. So, we'll see just how much they get out there. They do manage to bushwhack, dead zoned, and a free Reaper Sight kill coming out for Sadman. So again, a little bit more regen on hand, 6 HP, 3 mana. So we're starting to get to the point where all your spells are really spammable for Necros without too much effort. The side of Oversight, though, again, they've already got the Battle Fear on Marcy. They've got this bot jungle to play around with. The rotations from the Cut just don't feel successful enough to kind of go on anything. You're starting to clump up now, maybe eyeing that bot jungle.
Is Oversight gonna pop the ulti on the DP and just straight in? Like, bring that DP from top lane down bottom? I wonder.
Oh. Got the bushwhack up top. Nice, clean, simple pick-off on our Treant. Not the biggest one to find.
Okay, why is DP in the jungle?
Dead zone.
Answer me this, John. John X Mr. Fire. Why is DP not at least mid pushing in the tower? What's going on?
Briefing. Nah,
what's he waiting for?
Tired.
Tired?
I don't think he waits for anything. He mayhaps. Because with Guardian Greaves up, you're pretty fine.
Pop that ulti, come on. Go for it. Take the tower.
Yeah, just go for the solo push. Nah, he's holding on. The top will fall eventually here as well. Fortify, just to buy some time. They are TPing Sadman back up, though. Reaper Sight's still on cooldown, and there is still a Tooth watching. Not the safest spot to be in, but does stave off and push a little bit more, at the least.
I don't know, like, I feel like if you see 4 heroes pushing top, or 5 even, you should be trading for a different tower. You should be taking it. Like, if you don't take tier 1 mid, the game is just much, much harder to play. A Tooth is followed by that pulse, but yeah, he's fine.
Yep. Just kind of dodging around right now for the side of the Cut. I mean, the pace of the game does feel like something they'd enjoy. They might start onto heroes. Nah, not gonna go on each other just yet off the back of that invis. I would Moonlight Shadow now for the Cut. Should lead them to work a couple more angles in themselves. Though
they want to go.
Not the widest wraparound. A sentry will spot them. They are moving.
They did see them though, right? Like they saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going on now. They do manage to get a bushwhack onto a Tooth, and they'll just go for that kill. Oh, to save the heal. Cancels off that charge, and here's the zip forward from Odyssey. A Tooth actually finds one kill himself. Doom is out onto Cry. The damage output is there, and they will not be able to deny, but Skyward's coming in as well with the punches. Can't punch through that Ghost Shroud. So a 2-for-2 in the end. All you find, well, I say all you find, it's a safe lane for a mid. A Tooth for a Tooth.
Yeah.
For sure. As a Tooth gets himself a kill.
And he survived.
Back and forth.
Yeah, he didn't get Reaper sighted, which is very important. So no pesky region for you, sir. Mr. Necrophos, we're looking at you. You ain't getting some this time around. Okay.
It's so ridiculous that it's just 110 seconds. Like, you can't even try to be aggressive to stack that up. Just don't get the opportunity to do so. Just never happens.
Gangstar.
Oh, yeah. Getting jumped, getting run down. And Atuf again providing that follow through for Odyssey to find these pickoffs. And it's the big threat of having just like these two mobile heroes, like the Storm and Monkey. They move too fast. You don't have the best vision game coming out from the cut, at least on areas like the high ground. So it's always going to be relevant for Oversight to get this kind of surprise gank play.
Yeah, they have some travels, but it doesn't really help them. A two with phases and 2 raid bands. This man is a hidden. He's a closeted carry. He just wants to carry. That's as simple as it is. I feel like, you know, no, not even a diffusal. Usually Monkey position 4. He pretends he buys a diffusal. There's some utility from it, but no. This man wants stats. Raw stats.
And he does. And true 8 bands just provide so much for him already. So, do you like that coming out there from Oversight, even though it is a little bit greedier? Moonlight Shadow does get popped by the side of the cut. Reaper's Sight is ready if they can find someone.
If it didn't work last time, do it again. All right?
Just run it back.
Same move. The courier is flying towards them, and it does get killed by illusions. So if you're Oversight, you might have an idea of what's going on. Second courier killed by the illusions? Almost this time they live.
Quite enough to just keep killing off those good boys and girls that do bring us our items out. Oversight, I mean, they're just chilling, right? Like, you've got the Battle Fury Marcy going straight for the Basher next with a BKB on top. You're in pretty good position to just kind of jump in whatever you want. Same thing goes for Odyssey. Like, again, just rushing BKB. Because once you have that, you're just going to force like this Doom choice and this choice of the Rupture, along with just negating Reaper's Sight entirely. It is such an awful feeling for a Necrophos to go into these defensive fights where you can't actually kill anyone. Because you really do need to kill some people. Instead, their mid-tier 1s are one to die first as they just invade that bot jungle. They know they've got control. There's just not much the cut can do about this.
The cut is literally just one smoke after another. And they break. Storm should know, right? Storm?
Oh, does get clipped. Will manage to TP away.
Yeah.
No way to gap close now as well.
I thought that
I
I thought that he should know anyway, because he had a remnant there and they popped it with a smoke. They ran straight through it. They still catch him, but they just weren't fast enough to follow up the bushwhack. Maybe next time. But these are like what, 2-3 smokes now wasted by the cut.
Yep.
I mean, they used them. It's just that they didn't get anything with them. Maybe a little bit of map control. Like they managed to go on that high ground that they usually wouldn't go without the smoke. But overall, yeah, definitely can be said they didn't connect onto anything significant. Skyward almost with the Basher, not almost, but they're getting closer, you know. Having a decent farm in Storm mid lane. Oh, should be fine.
Playing it safe. You really need to rush things, although I would say for the cut, I mean, again, they're just constantly on the aggression. Not the hero they really want to go for, and miscreant, but Reaper Sight down. Just build the charges up. And Sadman up to 4 now. In terms of his Reaper Sight charges, he is up at 10 HP regen and 5 mana each now. Zip out here though. Italiano. BKBs are popped, but the damage from Skyward when the punches are in, way too high. Sure, you doom out the soy sauce, but it's not going to be enough to stop the flavor from coming true from Marcy. She's just spicy right now.
Straight into the tier 2. Can they defend this? Will they try to? I don't think so. You just, yeah, free tier 2, free outpost. Not necessarily too free, but yeah, you pop the exorcism, take the outpost, take it now. Okay, they're taking it.
They're playing pretty damn fast now on the side of Oversight. Like 10 to 9, you've got this 4K lead on the cut, but it doesn't feel like it matters. Like this Doom with Midas just isn't far ahead enough. You've got some decent farm on Sadman and Scourge McDuck, but I don't know, the impact of the Doom and the Bloodseeker just doesn't feel like it's there yet, as this time it's Oversight going for the smoke out. Scan doesn't find anyone. They should have an idea to swing around up towards their own jungle up top.
They don't have
Whether or
exorcism,
not they find a good angle,
right?
though.
Like they don't have exorcism, they don't have ulti on Monkey, ulti on Marcy.
Oh. Ooh. Oh.
Here comes Thor.
Odyssey zipping really far. And it just backs off. Although they are starting to get the punches onto Jube. BKB popped on by Skyward, but BKB also popped on by the Bloodseeker. Overgrowth there to keep him in his place. And now Sadman does have the Ghost Shroud just to stay alive a little bit longer. But how long can you really last here? Not long enough. As everyone else from the side of the cut just bail. And Oversight, even with some of those spells on cooldown, I mean, the DP just dies straight up. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, like she died so extremely fast. Oh man, like she died, but they still won the fight, right? Overall, they get the Bloodseeker, they get the Necro. I really thought that the Cut were the stronger team here, but
Yeah.
after this game, I still think that, but the draft is not making it easy for them.
Yeah, it makes it a lot harder as they start to dive forward beyond the tier 2s. The Doom is out onto Odyssey. But where's the follow through? Where's the control? There's the push back into the blood right. Can they get the damage? Yes, they can. Starting to drop low, too low. Scourge McDuck has managed to chase him down and move to Artuf as well. Stuck in the tree line, unable to jump up, is punished. So now some of that overextension from Oversight is punished.
Yeah.
And the Cut is in the game again.
They're in the game, and like when it comes to the net worth, they're never truly out of it, but mostly because of Doom and the Midas. Like he's got Midas Octarine. This man is gonna like carry the net worth game on his own. He doesn't need any assistance. He should have Doom because of that Octarine in every single fight too. So a lot on him to execute properly. How's our boy Bloodseeker when it comes to items? I'm not in game. What's he building? Basher, Maelstrom.
He's got the Basher. He's got Maelstrom, BKB, Face. He's going for his Shard into Manta.
This is solid. Like he's gonna. I'm not so sure about the Shard this game. I guess it's still solid. Usually I like it versus these tankier heroes, right? Like Morphling and I don't know, but okay. I guess it's all right here too. As long as he's not buying gags, I'm happy.
Yeah, I've heard stories from Monkey that we have seen the Ags work.
Yeah, it was
did work.
Division 1 NA even. They went Aghanims plus Pudge Aghanims. It was...
yes.
It did work, like, he's right, he didn't lie to you. They did win that game.
So it's the... I'm guessing it was the Ags and then Devourer with the Shard and Rot plus Blood Mist running around. As the Roche falls here with no check from Oversight. A bit of an oversight on them to not be able to go in. Secondary life available now on Scourge McDuck. Some big blinks available on both sides. A blink out for B-God and a blink out now as well for Dead Zone. So easier positioning now for those overgrowth interrupts for Oversight and easier way for Bigot to just kind of weave himself in and out as well of these engagements. 13-12. Like, this game has been super even for a long time. And yeah, you mentioned the net worth mainly being on the Doom, but I feel like the farm distribution coming out here from the Cut isn't too bad. Like, you're not that far behind in the Necro, you're not that far behind on Scourge McDuck, you're not really making any sacrifices to have this kind of distribution. You're still way ahead of Odyssey and Cry. So it feels pretty good right now for the Cut, despite, you know, a few of these fights going a little bit more lopsided than you'd want to. It's still shaping up.
Still shaping up well. I can see like some future, some timeline in which Monkey together with Marcy can carry this, but they're not gonna be in front on.
Oh, zip forward from Odyssey does manage to spot a lot under their ward.
Nice.
They are managing to get a lot off, but the Doom was out. The Wukongs are protect. They managed to take the first life. Can they get more? Chasing down Sadman as well. Scourge McDuck just running away, no BKB. And he is pinned to stay.
Yeah.
The punishment is there off a really good ward on that cliff. Oversight. I mean, they make it back and forth again.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is that I really see some timeline in which this Monkey transforms into another significant core for Oversight, and that fight, like, he doesn't have a lot. He has 2 raid bans and a BKB, but he still made it work. Like, look at most damage dealt on his whole squad. But the Wukongs was like the best Wukongs you can wish for, catching literally everyone. A little bit late maybe, but still pretty damn solid. Like, you'd like to have it with the overgrowth, and you'd like to have overgrowth on these targets that have BKB'd already.
Oh, sad man. Just getting poked here to ult this up as well. Are they actually going to try to kill off a Tooth? And they missed the bushwhack. They missed the opportunity. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It's one of those things on support that does feel like something like the Anchas. They do find Italiano Gangster now and are going to start to melt him down. Freebie coming out there. So they did manage to make it work. And then the Cut now, you know, they're in an awkward spot where we talked about like the Necrophos not being able to scale up. You don't have as many Reaper Sight charges up as you want to. There are some big saves coming out here from Oversight. Net worth lead all but gone now for the Cut as well. And this Marcy core coming out from Oversight is actually working. Like, this strat of them copying the pause 1 that the Cut has been taking, it's not shabby. It's doing its thing. It's setting their eyes now onto the tier 2. Exo is still down for a little longer, and they're going to try to flank with the Moonlight. Nice blink out from Skyward. Zip forward from Odyssey. Catches out the Bloodseeker. Wukongs is huge again with the Overgrowth. Forced to BKB, but Scourge McDuck is not safe from the hits of Skyward. And now on to Sadman. Does have the Ghost Shroud up to bail out, to jump forward. The Yule's there, trying to save himself here, but it's not enough just yet. Huge bushwhack on the Stipe. They're going to be able to punish Skyward. He is taken away, and a Tooth now. BKB trying to run. Should be able to bail out. And that was a lot of sacrifices being made by the side of Oversight. They dive so deep. They find the Bloodseeker, but they get punished for diving straight into the tier 3s. They don't respect the bushwhack on the high ground.
You have to respect the bushwhack. It was just a
bloodbath.
Yeah. Like, the
absolutely.
Bushwhack demands respect.
I mean, if you don't have a way of chopping down the trees, then yeah. You're just going to be owned by that.
How dare you chop down the trees and disrespect the bushwhack? Oversight.
Yeah, a bit of an oversight from them to do that. And the Cut, oh, they regained their lead. I was babbling on about, you know, how the Cut lost their lead. Well, it bounces back. And again, this game is just a lot of back and forth. So much back and forth. Like, it's so hard to tell who's winning, as it looked like they were planning to re-engage here on Oversight. And as the game goes on, I want to say it's easier for Oversight here, Lizard, but I feel like you're actually not out of the game for the Cut. Like, this lineup can scale, although it's a little bit wonkier, but it does scale.
Yeah, like it does. It's just like Oversight once again. They have, I don't know, it feels like easier to execute. Like you have 4 cores in the end. Like you have Monkey hitting, Marcy hitting, Storm is a problem, Death Prophet as well. Meanwhile, the Cut, like their lineup was easier to play up to this point, not from this point onward, right? Like I have a feeling they needed more advantage. That zoned, that maybe.
Duck does manage to get a BKB off. They do manage to get the Ag's Doom off as well. Killing off, or are they killing off? Almost killing off the Marcy, and they almost found their own kills as well in Oversight. But here comes the output. The damage coming out from Atuf is good, but that AoE Doom is just too strong.
Okay, never mind. I
Last
take it all
survivor on
back,
the board
John.
for Cry.
I take it all back.
Absolutely. Words are measured here, Lizard, as they will find a full team wipe.
Yep.
And that Ags pickup from Italiano Gangster right at that moment. They're having so much control there. And they're just going to be able to clean up now.
Italiano Gangster, once again. Complete gangsta moves from him. Goes in with that AoE Doom. Also, he doesn't have a lot of control, but he still makes it work because the place on the map where they fought was kind of narrow around the stairs, so he could AoE Doom a lot of targets. Once he gets Shivas, it becomes a lot easier. Like usually when I see a Doom with Aghanim, I want to see AoE control from his teammates. They don't really have that. They have 1 Shivas on Necro. Maybe 2 Shivas is an overkill then? Not sure. Maybe just get the overwhelming blink instead. That's also decent.
Yeah, I like that route. Just a lot more HP for Gangstar. And a nice slow, good amount of damage blinking in. Let's see if that's something he switches into. I think they just kind of want to separate how far forward Sandman is. Like, for me, it feels like his Shivas is like bailout. Odyssey, looking to be cheeky. Tries to jump in. Does get the
Marcy.
Vortex, but they've got the jump again onto Skyward. He's gone. And they have nothing to show for it. AoE Doom coming out once more from Italiano. He is very low, so the Doom's not going to last that long. They find some punishment now.
Can they catch
that
anyone
chase
else?
going.
Yeah.
They need to find someone. They commit to the exo. There's no detection. The Bushwhack misses. Melee range arrow. Everything coming out. They've got the sight. And now Atuf trying to set up for his team, but
Atuf!
He's not a core yet. He is gone.
He tried.
And that deep dive, that deep commitment cost the side of Oversight. The cut. I mean, they had so much damage coming through. The sight just melted right on that DP. And, well, Oversight, I mean, they had the need to look for that kill. They had the need to try and make it worthwhile popping the Exo, but they just lose more. They'll try again. Zip onto B-God. Take out the squirrel.
Oh,
But that
arrow!
does reveal a lot. The arrow connects. There's no mana
He gets
for
it.
Odyssey. And he is just stuck. The damage from Scourge McDuck is high. And he's got the vision now with the low HP. He's trying to zip away. There goes that death pulse coming through. And they clean up. My God. They try to re-engage. They find the squirrel, but you lose your storm. The forest. Revenge is taken for the forest onto the weather here.
This game is just insane. Like, this whole bottom engagement basically started off with just Doom kind of just cutting off Marcy from joining the fight. Storm zips in the back. He doesn't really check. He doesn't figure out where Doom or Necro are, but he zips in the back. He's searching for targets. Marcy tries to follow up and just gets stunned by the Doom. War Stomp instantly into an arrow. Yeah, just so unfortunate the way to start a fight, to lose your carry immediately.
Yeah. That's been an issue for Skyward now for quite a few of these fights as well. It's just not able to really connect. They'll try now to Rupture's there to hold Skyward back. He's rebounding away, and that
getting really
actually
low.
does save Jube. So low. They get the Wukongs. They're trying to do the damage on Scourge McDuck. Doom is there, but Scourge cannot sustain. Italiano is still chasing, though. With that Doom trying to look for that kill in Skyward. No! They die. They're losing everyone. Sadman as well. No Ghost Shroud. Gone.
This is... Yeah, this
What?
is... I don't know, man. It's like Bloodseeker ruptures the Marcy, arrows her as well, like Mirana arrows her, and then they just go full crazy mode into Wukong's command. Like that Bloodseeker disappeared in a second. And Marcy has ulti, obviously. Like she's gonna fight back. It's not that hard. Like, yeah, they're doing some crazy moves. Both of these teams. I don't even know where this one is going. It's like it's just insane. 37 minutes in, 75% win rate. 39 minutes in, 48% win rate for Radiant. A bit of throws from the cut.
Yeah, it is. It is starting to feel a little bit like that, like a game of throws, maybe a series of throws. Although I think this is definitely the game of throws here right now. Full sight up now for Odyssey as well. So additional control for that Storm on the zip in, and that added control could be the make or break here for Skyward to be protected. That leads down to just 2k here for the side of the cut. And they still have Aegis running for a while. There's not much to scare them off now on the side of Oversight.
Yeah, definitely now with the Aegis you're feeling bossy if you're Oversight.
Oh yeah. Definitely are. Try for a smoke play here in the cut with Moonlight Shadow as well. Oh, they do mention to intercept a Tooth all by himself, just cutting everyone off. Does have that nice nullifier on hand. They do manage to catch out the Doom. Vortex is reflected back. So it stalls out for a little bit. Still going for more though. We'll find Scrooge McDuck. Still no buyback on that Bloodseeker now as well. An Oversight. Boy, oh boy,
Yeah,
they're punishing good.
They're in full control, almost taking back that net worth advantage as well. Versus a Doom, by the way, so that's massive. You know that the team is in a good spot when they're winning versus Midas Doom in the net worth game.
Yeah, it's starting to lag a little bit behind here for the cut.
This is the problem. Like Necro is no longer safe. Like they have multiple nullifiers. Like Storm doesn't have mana, so they're not gonna go for him here. But if Necro follows, they might. Let's see, do they turn?
They're trying, they're zipping forward. No, not that much mana on Odyssey, but they will get the overgrowth. Yulet's already self-save, but the damage is still being done. Italian Gangster in with the AoE Doom. He is just dead. Marcy with her output is just too much.
They might have just lost.
And they're just chasing down. It looks really hard to defend. You will have respawning your Bloodseekers sooner rather than later. And you've got the buyback in Doom. But that's a Doom buyback without Doom being up. It doesn't feel that useful at all.
Yeah, you have buyback on Doom, buyback on Mirana. You can spam Bloodright a little bit here and there, but like overall, if you're Oversight, there is absolutely no reason for you to go back. Like just push. Every single tier 2 is down. Like you can even go for 3 sides here.
Yeah. Just rip through mid for now.
Okay, if they go
Marcy
for Throne,
Unleashed just goes way fast. Yeah, they are.
I don't like this that much. Yeah, I'd rather have them just stay safe, take the sides, you know, the disciplined approach.
Yeah. They will change gears. They go for that top to the racks. They can swing down for bot, although the respawns are coming through. But I think at this point they've shown us that they are quite fearless. And they will just gun for the Megas.
They
don't have too many cares. Fortify will drag it on a bit.
I'd still push. I don't know. If I was them, pop that Wukong's command, still fight it out. Okay, it's a fake back with the smoke. Even better, maybe.
A lot.
Yeah, Necro TP'd into them, but like, I don't know if that is the play when you're playing versus all these nullifiers now on Oversight. Like, you can really get punished. He was super cocky there, and Oversight, I guess they're at this point they're a little bit disciplined, you know, like they don't really want to throw this huge advantage they've got. I honestly, after game 1, I couldn't imagine them taking a game, yet alone a series, off of the cut. But a tooth, he refuses to lose.
Yeah, it's all down to a tooth, man. Like, this guy has been making plays. This guy is that secondary core. You get the Arcane Rune now as well for Odyssey. He's got the Sight. He's got the Ags up. All the control you could ask for now on the Storm. Aegis does expire. So we're probably just going to be waiting for that next Roche respawn here for either side to kind of make their move and cement their position in this game and potentially coming out with a series win.
Atuf almost has as much farm as the enemy carry, so he's really doing well.
Yeah.
The Monkey King is on fire.
I mean, at this point, being 400 gold behind the enemy carry is a lot worse than the carry than it is for you as a support, quote-unquote, Monkey King. So we'll have to see how they kind of manage that side of Oversight.
150 more gold and he's overtaking Bloodseeker.
Yep. Not too far here. Roche, just go for the Exo. No need to wait for that Roche. Just go in. They know Fortify is down. And very non-commitment push as well. It's just Cry. No one else is showing. It's going to be hard to deal with. Being disciplined here. Not forcing the high ground with all their heroes. No, just poking and prodding, taking what they can for free. Yeah, we'll find Rax eventually.
Just very disciplined. Heal up the DP. If they go Overgrowth into Wukong's command, never mind, Storm is in. Scratch that.
Oh. They are still trying. You mentioned find dead zoned in the tree line. They'll take one for their troubles.
That's like unnecessary, I feel like, but with this Arcane Rune you can still fight. You can buy back. Yep,
they buy back, they get the AoE Doom out. And we'll try to run down, but he's gone. No refresh, no Doom available on the Italiano. It's a jump forward, skyward. Gets the kill. It's the zip across to cut the tree line. Scourger McDuck just can't sustain this damage output. Even our Doom as well, just so susceptible to that physical burst window. Now
the Rax is...
The last set of Rax. Yep. It's just gonna go. Italiano, I mean, still had to buy back, but what's he really gonna do here without that Doom?
DP.
Overgrowth again coming out. The control is massive. The kills are pouring in. The end is in sight, and for the cut, and the end does not look pretty for them, but for the side of Oversight, it's looking pretty fantastic.
Storm is in.
That's another zip out onto the squirrel.
The squirrel is dead.
Yep. Taken down. Does have buyback, but at this point, I just don't know if you even gone for any of that. They will go for it. They need to stall. They need to find a way. They can't just call the GG, but the output of the tooth is too much. And the GG is called. The cut. The veterans in the cut could not close it out. And Oversight. I mean, this is a team that, quite frankly, I didn't have that many expectations for either coming in. Just because, well, you know, the cut.